question for you guys that I was thinking about the other day. You guys are all good people, so I mean, this is going to get dark real quick because that's what I do. If you were going to be a serial killer, okay? And I don't care. You can pretend that you're only killing bad guys or something. I don't care. What I'm most interested in, what would be the link? Like, who are the people group that you're going after? Is it people that don't use their blinker in traffic? Like, what's the thing where you're like, and again, we can pretend that these are all terrible people that we're killing. But, like, what's the people group where you're like, they got it coming?
Immediately when you said that, the first thing that rolled into my head was people who roll through stop signs.
Oh, I'm gone then.
Wow.
I'm a bit of a roller.
That's only based off of what you just said.
Okay.
I was going more grand than that.
Stop
And
signs?
saying, like, accused pedophiles.
No, that's dumb.
Is it? I mean,
Yeah, I wanted something more petty. I didn't want you to be altruistic.
it needed to be petty?
Well, I wanted to
I
be
think
like...
anyone who interrupts me.
Oh,
Really?
that was a good one.
See, but here's the problem with that. You're not assertive enough in
I know.
some situations.
Exactly.
But that's why he would do it. You know?
Oh, so he can be the one?
Yeah.
First of all...
I'd kind of bait you into it.
This is a bit of a list, bud. That's a long list.
I mean,
You got your work cut out for
I mean,
you.
everybody would have a list. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody would have a long, long list if
I'm
it was
trying-
everybody that interrupted them.
Right.
There was this book. It's called Whoever Fights Monsters, written by the guy who
Good name.
coined the term serial killer in the FBI. And anyways, he specifically goes into all these different serial killers that weren't really talked about. And he interviewed them, and one of them is called, I think, like the soap dish killer. And what the soap dish killer, like, this is not like how he chose his victims, but every day when he would wake up, you have your soap dish. If he saw water in the bottom of the soap dish, like, either that meant that he was supposed to kill someone that day, or that meant that someone was saved. But I think if it was dry, that was a day like he didn't need to kill anyone. But that was like his methodology. And I can't remember if I'm tying this guy into another one.
And it didn't have to be him doing it. Like, was he married with like a family and
he
stuff
lived
where
with his
somebody else
parents
would
or
do it?
something. Like, yeah, like he lived in a house with
man.
other people. But I can't remember if it was him or another serial killer. But this particular serial killer, whenever they were choosing their victims, they literally just drove down a street, they parked, and then they would go up to doors. And they would just jiggle the doorknob. And if the door was unlocked, that was God's way of telling them that that person in the house was supposed to die that day. But if you locked your door, he was like, nope, you're saved. And he just went to the next house. And he kept walking down the street until he found one with a door unlocked.
That's bananas.
Sorry. We can talk. We can change it.
No, I love it. I've been watching a lot of true crime stuff, and I don't know.
we've been watching a really...
My TikTok just got like full of it for some reason.
Yeah.
I liked one thing, and then now
What you should be listening to is Crime Junkie if you're not already.
I don't think I've gotten
Another
that
show that you can start watching. It's really good. We started watching it. It's called Alone. It's where these people are out in the wilderness. They get dropped out in the wilderness.
Have you guys been watching it though?
Yeah, we're on
Dude,
season
it's
4.
sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Zach stopped watching it, I think.
Never started. I think I choose men
Oh.
with certain types of sandals.
You never even started it?
I forgot.
We blew through the whole season
All right, well, I don't
1
wanna
in
hear-
like a whole weekend.
It's only like 8 episodes.
Hold on, real quick. You came after me, right? Because you were like, well, I'm going to start watching it now, and you're going to take too long to keep up with me watching it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that happened.
All right.
We don't always bat 1,000, Nathan. You know what I mean?
You didn't even start it. We talked about it on 2 different podcasts.
I feel like I got you good content out of it. I made lists. I got the gist of it.
All right.
It's all scripted.
What 10 items would you pick?
It's scripted.
They've already
It's
talked
not.
about this,
Oh,
Jim. If you've listened to
you've
their
done this too.
podcast.
I have?
I think they did this too with this.
I haven't done anything.
I think we did that on this cast.
I can't
Oh, I don't
remember.
know.
I don't
You
even
guys
know.
have done it, and I've listened to it.
They're blending together.
How about this? What 10 items would you take to survive in the hood? Go, Jim.
A gun?
That's racist.
What do you mean it's racist?
Heroin.
Protection.
No matter what you said, I was going to say
Crack.
that's
Cocaine.
racist.
Crack.
I think as a group, if we bring guns, drugs, and bitches, we're gonna rule.
Oh man, I like this, Jimmy.
It's 3 items.
Whatever Jimmy walked in here today, I like this, Jimmy. That was a great answer.
Is that the name of the
That's
the
amazing.
episode?
Yeah, it has to be, right? I mean, that was so out of left field for Jimmy. Am I right?
I don't know.
Yeah. See, Aimee didn't like it, but it did it for me.
Oh, well,
You know?
that's good.
I just don't like that you want to perpetuate that lifestyle. You could.
Well, if you're going to survive,
you could have
like-
brought GED manuals. You could have brought Jesus to him. You could have brought
Sure.
a lot of stuff.
Sure.
You chose to fight fire with
He's
fire.
trying to flip it on you, but he's the one that asked the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I didn't say what
You
would
said
you
survive. You didn't say like.
Yeah, he said, "How would we survive in the hood?"
do? Yeah, but I didn't say like roofie everybody or whatever Jimmy's plan was.
No, you start an enterprise and then you give back to the community.
Drugs back.
Start
Once
an
I'm up at the
enterprise.
top, I'm giving back
I
to the
have a
community.
question. Does it count that I'm like from a bad area and I grew up there and survived?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. You
No
'cause
street
you're-
cred. Cheerleader.
The DEA raided the house across the street from my parents.
Really?
Did they really?
Yes.
That's pretty good. That's pretty.
That doesn't mean hood though. That could be like, what's that called? Like white collar. Like I'm pretty sure. That they're
I
drug
grew up in
busting.
Florissant, so Ferguson,
Yeah.
Florissant School District, North County.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure, you got a lot of famous people that came out of there.
Like Money Thug.
No, she always is
Oh,
like.
it's- oh,
she
it's-
always
oh,
is like.
it's-
Oh, I went to high
Chingy.
school
No,
with.
it's Chingy, and
Yeah.
Jaquan came out of that
See?
area too.
I know, Nate. I know who those people were the first time she told me. I remember.
I couldn't remember their names.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
You don't know who Chingy is?
Well,
Well, you wouldn't last.
I got a sneaking suspicion that you're probably the first one on the chopping block.
Probably.
It's the
But
mustache.
we'll go out swinging.
It's the mustache.
I'd protect you for a while. Anyway,
What were we talking about before it went off the freaking rails?
he
with,
asked us what
you'd kill.
would be the reason
oh,
that
what were you going to say? You said you were going to do dudes that what?
wore sandals.
Men with certain types of sandals.
That's not a bad.
All sandals, just Birkenstocks?
No, you know what? It's totally stupid on my part because the sandal I'm picturing, like some guys can pull it off, but there's some dudes that wear these mandals, and I'm just like, you need to be stopped.
Jimmy
You
wears
need to
them.
be- yeah. And
I haven't
Jimmy's-
worn them in a while. I don't think I even have
And
them.
I can't believe she allows
and that's
it.
the only reason.
I don't have them anymore. I don't think.
The only thing that I've ever seen him wear is he has some. Would you call them slips?
I have them. I have
Like
slides.
Slides or what? I don't know. I don't. Oh no.
No, he's got the pair where they're like there's a strap over the toe.
Oh,
a
I don't
strap
have
around
those
the
anymore.
ankle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she made me get rid of them.
And that's the
Hey.
only reason you're not
Hey.
still on the list.
Right here.
They
See,
went to-
that's why you need her in her life.
They went to Goodwill.
because you came in with them and you were like, these are so comfortable.
They were pretty comfortable though.
They're gone.
Those
That's dope.
Those sandals vote for Nader. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph Nader. Those sandals, like you have to vote. Like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I can't think of.
A people group that you hate.
No, I was just trying to think of something petty.
I can
You
think
know?
of the ones that off air you're constantly raving about.
What's that?
Well, I can't say it on air.
Oh, okay. All right. What was yours, Aimee? Did you say?
Uh,
Oh, yeah, you said
well,
stop
but I
signs.
only said that because of
Yeah.
what he originally said.
Well, I was
don't-
trying to make it known like it's petty, and Jimmy was like, "Well, I'd kill the worst people on earth because I'm a superhero."
I wasn't listening when you said that, so I apologize.
Well, you want to change your answer?
Maybe give me just a second. I'm gonna think on it.
So it has to be.
Okay.
It has to be something petty.
Doesn't have to be. I mean, it's just whatever. Just talk and don't leave dead space on the air like we're doing.
I think a freshly cut lawn. That's how I pick my
What?
victims.
Just at random.
Yep.
That's sick, dude.
What do you mean?
That's you have no reason to kill him.
I would
Dude's-
pick people
dude just-
who abuse animals.
Dude just got off work. Dude just got off work and he wants to feel good about himself. He had a bad day and he's like, you know
You
what
didn't
I,
say it had to
you
be.
know what I can do? You know what I can do? I can go cut this grass. That's how I'll take care of my family today. And Jimmy's like,
You just signed your own death wish.
yeah. Jimmy's like, I hope you enjoy that dinner. It'd be your last.
I know what mine is. It would be guys that have smaller legs than their girlfriends.
Dude, they already lost. You can't.
Drives
you
me
can't
nuts.
pull that. So
Drives
first
me
of
nuts.
all,
That's me.
No, it's not.
Amy's leg is longer than mine.
No, that's not what I mean.
he didn't say longer. He said smaller,
Oh.
and you clearly knew.
He's got he's like a munchkin cat, you know?
Oh yeah.
Where he just, his legs like cut off at the mid shin.
He's like the dad from King of the Hill. Cotton.
Yeah.
We know several of those.
Oh, I know.
And we know big dude. Alec better choose wisely.
Yeah, he should.
Benjamin?
Yeah.
On the bubble.
Yeah, I mean, he's right on the line, probably.
Yeah.
Right on the line. But
probably
it's
some more.
But maybe there would have to be more to it than that.
I would hope, dude. Those dudes already lost.
I guess
the guys wearing the sandals already lost too. That's not fair to me.
I talk about people who don't have any calves regularly. If I'm walking behind you,
I want to choose somebody. Like I think you guys choose your own list. I think for me, it's got to be people who made a decision that I disagree with. That's why the sandals came in, because it was like, you chose this. You brought this on yourself, and therefore made me see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You brought this evil into my life.
okay.
Well,
Abusing animals is a good one, but that's a little bit on the Jimmy thing. Like, you're being too altruistic. I want it to be more petty than that. Nobody likes people. I don't know anybody who's like, you should see how this dude beats his dog. It's hilarious. Nobody likes that. You know what I mean? Pick something where it's like, I want to really peer into the soul of Aimee Klickner here.
I'll come up with one by the end of the podcast.
All right.
I don't have anything right now. I'm sorry.
on the fly is just not.
What?
It's tough, you know?
Yeah. Mine, you know what mine really could be? Just like, this is way too broad, but just selfishness. Like people that are in public and incredibly selfish drive me up the wall. And it could look a lot of different ways. Like entitlement.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah, that would be tough. That one's tough.
So yeah, me and Nate watched the new Planet of the Apes. It
I heard the guy in the...
Oh, I was almost done talking.
Oh,
You want to listen to the rest of it?
Go ahead, finish.
Okay,
Jimmy's is interrupting, so.
Oh, did I make the list there, Jim? Has it ever occurred to you that you interrupted them first?
I mean, sometimes.
All right, my turn. It was pretty good. I think they made it in a way where you didn't really need to follow the story.
Yeah,
because we didn't.
Because I haven't seen. Have you guys seen any of them since James Franco? Like that's the last one I
I've
saw.
seen the Mark Wahlberg one.
Okay.
That's like the first one. That was maybe the best one. I don't know.
I haven't seen any.
People
since.
rake me over the coals for that. That doesn't even follow the same storyline because I think the Mark Wahlberg.
It's a different thing.
It's
right?
like it would have been timeline wise like what we just watched.
Oh,
or like
right.
after, because they were all talking and civilization.
Yeah, because it was like, they had like a statue.
Yeah.
Right, so it would have been, so it was even probably after what we saw.
Yeah. It was cool, though. I mean, visually, it was really good.
Honestly, the coolest part was the silverback.
Yeah.
Like, all the fight, there was a silver, the main monkey was fighting a silverback gorilla, like, a bunch of different times.
Didn't
he was dope.
like, this shows how, like, aggro I am and just stupid. I didn't like that the main monkey was, like, pretty freaking beta.
He got
just always getting trashed.
He got his can handed to him the entire movie.
And
he never won one single altercation.
He only had one time where he like stood up after he got. You know what I mean? It's like you at least got to be the. You know, in the opening scenes of Captain America, where Steve Rogers is just getting beat up and he stands up and he's beat up and he stand up.
But he's like, but he's super resilient. Like it's like he's not. Yeah, there's something
I could do
there.
This all day.
Well, he's like, he's doing the best with the cards he's been given. You know?
Yeah, the Jimmy Nichols story. just
that was quick.
On it. Just doggone it every morning. We're gonna make it happen today, boys.
And I mean, and he does. You know?
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Scoreboard.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to hear the mantra he whispers into the mirror every morning. I want to hear what it is to get him psyched up. Where he's like, "You slick son of a."
Aimee, do you know? Is that why you're making?
No, I just thought of my serial killer thing would be people who don't flush the toilet and public restrooms after they use it.
Okay, well, my daughter's on the chopping block there, but we're working on this. We are working.
She better figure it out.
Can we give him to but can it be like under the age of 10 or 8?
Under the age?
Yeah.
Like she's only killing kids?
No, I mean, like under is safe. Under that age is safe.
it could be strictly just adults.
Your hair is so curly.
Did you put it in rollers last night?
I did the unicorn thing again.
I like that. That's dope.
Thanks.
You need a cowboy hat.
Don't know if I have one of those.
Sometimes I tell you things and give you compliments, and you're like, I don't know how to take that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, you don't mean that.
I tell her all the time, and she's like, "That's so fake."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because Amy's got confidence issues.
Amy's got games.
Hey, are we playing?
I mean, we can.
Oh, cool. Let's talk more before we do it. Or we'll do it now. It's your guys' podcast. I'm just the guest host.
We can talk for a couple more minutes.
Guest host.
I'm the permanent guest host. The movie was okay. It was cool. It's just like, and I told you guys this off air, I think 8 out of 8 previews we saw were all remakes and sequels. It's like, we are not making anything new.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
I've probably said this on here, but I think it was Matt Damon talking about, I never realized this, but it's the DVD sales that have really screwed that up. Like, Good Will Hunting doesn't get made today. Freaking lots of these movies don't get made because they're not going to be huge box office hits, but then they become cult classics and they make you all kinds of bread and residuals and stuff. You can't, I mean...
Yeah. It's just different. It's just everything was like remakes, sequels, reboots.
Yeah. Or, you know, like, the only original stuff, that's air quotes and kind of an eye roll there, the only original stuff that we're going to see is Marvel stuff. It, like, has to follow the algorithm.
Right.
Of like big and flashy and
yeah, it's kind of crazy. The only like superhero movie that's coming out this year is Deadpool.
Okay, this is
so I think they're trying to slow down.
Yeah, and even that, it was like it brought back Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
that dude,
I think it's gonna be great.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I kind of like that.
I go both ways with it.
I kind of like that he's in like the classic Wolverine suit.
That is cool. Did you guys watch the Loki series on
I think I watched the first season.
We started it, but we didn't go very far.
That's like,
I don't remember.
Yeah, we watched like 15 minutes of it.
The TVA is who he's working for. It's like that's what Deadpool's in now. That's like the universe he's in, kind of. Is he's like doing this timeline stuff. So it's like it just gets really weird really quick.
That's gonna get kind of when they start doing that, it drives me nuts a little bit.
Yeah, because nothing matters anymore.
Yeah, it starts to be like, it's like okay, well, we can just travel in time and fix it again.
Like Loki dies in game, spoilers, and then immediately he gets his own show. And it's like, oh yeah, nothing matters.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Do you think,
kill them off?
Do you think when Jimmy Jimmy brings up shows and Aimee will be like, I have no idea, but she was sitting there watching it with him. I have a theory.
Let's hear it. Hey, do you have a theory about that?
My theory is that the movie's going, okay?
Okay.
And Amy's got her phone. And Jimmy's sitting there and he's like, hold on. Amy's got her phone, right? And she's like...
Playing solitaire.
Right. She's playing a game on her phone.
Right.
And I don't know which game it is, but she's playing that game on her phone that she always plays.
I know. It's the one where the vials have different colors in them and you got to separate them.
She moved on to a new game since
I'm on that one.
It's the one with the cards.
Yeah, it's
you
got...
play by yourself?
And Jimmy's
solitaire,
like...
I just said that.
Jimmy's like, oh, wow, like... Loki just jumped into another dimension, and then like she's playing, but then she has a headphone in.
Ooh.
That's on the opposite side of him, so he can't see.
Right.
And she's listening to true crime stuff.
Got you.
And just sometimes luckily, something happens in the show, and then Jimmy's like, "Oh my word!" And she's like, "Oh!" But it's because on there it was like
it was just a happy serendipitous.
Right. They found a knife.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and then it happens right at the same time in the movie. He's like, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And he never knows that she's never watching, and she's like, or she gets like high score on solitaire, and she's like, it's crazy.
In the sleeping bag was his dirty, mangled hand. And
how close?
Jimmy's like, I know, right?
How close am I, Aimee?
No. I do constantly play Spider Solitaire while I'm watching stuff, and I'll look up.
She can multitask, right?
Mm-hmm. I cannot.
I can't either. If I'm playing a game like that, I don't think I could pay attention.
I do this thing where it's kind of like multitasking, but I don't do either of them well. You know what I mean? Where I'm just kind of shirking all responsibilities at once.
Right.
That's kind of multitasking. Screw everything up at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a way. I mean, maybe.
Do you guys want to talk about it on the show or no?
Talk about
yesterday?
Oh, I don't care.
It's fresh. Maybe next time.
I mean, neither of us are going to cry over it. Wait, well, Jimmy's eyes just welled up.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about it, and if we want to cut it out, I'll cut it out.
Okay.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
What's that from?
So,
Full House.
Yeah. There you go.
Took me
a while since you got one of my references.
Where was the Salt Brother from? That's familiar.
That is really familiar.
That's a Salt Brother. Billy Madison.
Oh.
I dare you to grab her boob. He goes, that's assault, brother.
Oh, yeah.
You double dog dare me? That's what he says.
Sounded like Cat Williams right there.
Yeah, they're the same person.
Is it really? It is Cat Williams in that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know Cat Williams was a Billy Madison?
Uh-uh.
Yes, you did.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Billy Madison in like over 10 years, probably.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I did not know. I haven't seen it in my like adult life.
You're kidding me.
No. I saw it. I've seen it a couple of times, but I haven't watched it in a really, really long time. I didn't know it was Cat Williams.
What do you bring to this podcast, do you think? What do you think is your
a lot of
resume?
things. Everything.
Literally, you kind of did.
So you guys had a tough day yesterday, and if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
No, we'll talk about it.
But I just think it would be a decent topic.
So it was a rough day. So we put my cat down yesterday.
What was the name?
Callie.
Callie. Okay.
So everybody who has pets,
R.I.P. Callie.
R.I.P. Callie.
love on your pet some.
What color?
She was a long-haired like gray white cat.
Oh, okay.
But so it's
Gato.
I kind of should have known that Jimmy was going to be a mess, because over a year ago, we tried to save a cat that had one eye, and we had only been invested
One eye
in that cat for like a week, and we had to take it to
Wait a minute. Is Jimmy a stray cat? Did I just put that together? Is this why this bothers you?
I'm not a stray cat.
Oh wow, there's something.
Jimbo, but
Jimmy.
we're going to circle back to this on our next segment. Jimmy on the couch.
So a year ago, we tried to save this cat. It didn't work. After like a week, we ended up having to relinquish it to the MU vet hospital. We know they ended up putting it down. We're walking out
because it wasn't on the Humane Society adoption list.
It was
within a week.
Either way. So the cat was put down. It was in bad shape, and we're walking out as we're leaving it there, and Jimmy is like blubbering, like really crying, and I'm like, I'm sad too, like I'm tearing up, So I kind of knew that like when Callie died, it was going to be this bad deal. I'm going out of town in like 2 weeks, and I had kept saying like it's going to happen whenever I'm out of town, and then Jimmy's going to have to do it by himself and all this stuff. And so she actually like really started to decline this last week, and so I kept trying to have conversations with him each day. Like I think it's happening. Like I think it's getting closer and closer.
Which some conversations were fine, but there were just some that was just overwhelming.
Yeah. So like for example, the night before, I was like, I think we're there. I think it's in the next 2 days. We're gonna have to make this decision. We're gonna have to pull the trigger and do this. Like she's at a point to where she's suffering. And so I'm standing in the family room kind of talking to Jimmy, and he's like probably 10 feet away from me, and I can't see him, but he's in the dark, like in a hallway, and I think he's walking towards me, and I just hear no response. I keep talking to him, still no response. He's not moving, and I walk to the hallway to see him, and he's standing there in the dark, really kind of losing it.
He's like, so, were you like silent crying? You were crying so hard?
Oh, he was crying. It was pretty bad.
He was crying so hard that like I came up and gave him a hug, and then it was
there's nothing worse than the tears evoked by losing a pet.
Yeah.
Well, so then we make the decision to do it yesterday, and I'm like, I'm gonna call the vet and just see if we can get this done in the morning. So Jimmy cancels flying. We go to the vet, and I'm just like sitting there petting her while she's in the carrier waiting for the vet to come in. Like we start doing everything, and it's me and the vet are talking catty corner, and I look over, and all of a sudden Jimmy is like bright red, tears are streaming, and he goes and he just starts losing it, and
I did that at the vet's office.
Me and the vet are looking at him, and I'm like, it's okay babe, and I'm like trying to like still pet my cat who is like actively
You're petting
dying.
Jimmy and the cat now.
Like who's actively like they're injecting like medication in to put it down, and I'm like, oh gosh. And Jimmy got so upset that like I was holding composure really, really well, but then when
She's a champ.
Then when we had to walk out,
it's almost like you've seen death before.
Yeah. But as we were walking out, like he's walking behind me, and I know like it is really, really sad. So I'm like starting to tear up, like fighting back the tears, and we're walking out, and I know that he's a blubbering mess behind me. This woman is staring at us who just brought her dog in for a vet appointment, and I'm like this horrible like squinted up face fighting back tears. Jimmy's like a blubbering
mess. Have you ever
mess.
tried to open your eyes underwater?
Yeah.
That's what it was like walking to the car.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
And we both got outside and just like cried pretty hard. Like I got into the car, and that's when I just bent over and like kind of lost it, and then I was okay. So anyways, bad day. So love on your pets.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
I think it also goes into like, I'd never had to put down a pet before.
Yeah.
So Aimee just thought that they all just ran
well,
off.
No, so I grew up on a farm, and like all of our animals were outside animals. My dad would never let us have anything inside. So anytime
those animals do run off,
right? So they run
And
off,
they
and it's
also
just
die.
like, oh, like
that's why they run off.
like they just
They go
didn't.
get comfy
It
and
wasn't
they don't see
immediate.
'em.
It was just something that was like they just kind of faded out. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, they're just not coming home now. Okay, well,
Yeah,
hope
it's
he's fine.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's
but then
different.
when it's like you have to put it down because like you're making that decision of like it's at a point now where it's like they're not having a good quality of life.
Right.
Is it too soon to joke at Jimmy's expense? I want the room's answer about this.
I think he can handle it.
I really wanted this story to be like Jimmy lashed out at you, like I hate you, and he comes home with the pierced ear. And he's just like
he's so
changed his whole
upset.
demeanor.
He's so upset. He like lashes out at Aimee. That's so
I
funny.
thought about
He
it.
starts wearing a leather jacket.
He's got a
thought-
full.
he
Wearing
He's
all
got
black.
He
He's got a.
combs his hair the other way.
He gets a full chest tattoo. It says Cali
God.
across this chest.
I
Yeah.
did joke about getting tattoos.
Callie was perfect.
But he came through. I reached out to an old friend to see if they could build a box for ashes, and they're not able to. So he reached out to one of his friends who's going to have something.
I can build stuff, so that's cool. You called me.
I didn't know you liked to do woodworking like
I
that.
love woodworking. We've known each other for like 4 years now.
Actually, we've
I
probably
thought
known
you
each
just
other
had-
for like
I don't
5
know.
or 6.
I thought
Is
you
it?
just had an obsession with wood. I didn't
I
know you
do.
actually did
I do.
woodworking.
Big cedophile.
My family had to put down like one of the dogs that were like in the house. One of their and like
Ugh.
the my oldest sister, so Jessica couldn't do it. She was like, I can't even go. Like Jessica was a mess and she wasn't even there.
Was this Ryder?
No, it's his sister.
Oh
okay.
no!
Die.
Well,
You should have named her Die. Like
Ride or
Princess
Die.
Die, and it's Ride or Die.
no,
You missed a real
I actually can't
opportunity.
remember her actual name because everybody called her Coco, but that wasn't her name. It was like a nickname.
Oh.
But so Jessica couldn't even go, and so then I took Alex and I drove and we took the dog because it was like really late at night.
So far, nothing about that surprises me.
Right, and
I
so
feel like you and Alex are the ones that know where the bodies are buried.
right, yeah, well, it's mainly me, but
Yeah.
like Alex, like yeah, I think I've seen Alex cry a few times, but not much.
Yeah.
And she's not real emotional like that.
Yeah.
And so we went in and I was like, do you want me to go back with you to like, because they're going to do the injection and stuff. And I was like, do you want me to go back with you? And she was like, no, I'll just go. And I was like, okay. And then we weren't there very long. And then she came back out and was just a complete like blubbering mess.
Yeah.
And I was like so thrown off because I was expecting her to maybe be teary-eyed and be upset.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting her to be that upset. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so then like,
Well,
I wasn't expecting to be that upset.
yeah, it's a thing, right? You don't know.
We don't
right?
have kids. Like
Yeah.
this is like
Yeah.
we come home and we talk to our pets.
Yeah.
Like this is
You don't have to. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
I do have
Like,
kids,
for-
and I'm still the same.
for
way.
this whole past year with this particular cat. We were twice a week cooking boiling chicken and giving both of our cats just a little bit of boiled chicken every morning and every evening. Like talk about like
Yeah.
we're trying to make sure that the last year is the best year,
Yeah.
So it just sucks.
She lived a good life. I mean, so when I woke up that morning, we gave her like fancy feast, which we haven't given her in a while, just because she's had some GI issues. So we just did that. But then we went to Steak and Shake to get her like a chicken tender,
Nice.
and she loves them.
Yeah,
so
we-
like sitting in line, it was
doesn't?
really sad because it's like this is like a last meal kind of thing.
We
Yeah.
like cut the
Same thing.
breading off and just
Yeah.
ripped up and she was like, nom, 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 nom.
So my kind of like the only dog I really ever had, because everything else was like a gift and they stayed outside or whatever. But as an adult, I like saved money, researched, spent way too much money, drove to Atlanta, got this English Mastiff. He's like my dream dog, Chief. And right before COVID, I had to put him down, and it was the same thing, dude. It was the same freaking thing. This was before I had a kid and during, like, so a little bit of overlap. But like my dude, this
Yeah.
was my dude. And like I get him the McDoubles and stuff, and he was having a good day, but he went from like 220 pounds down to 160, and they wanted to like lop off one of his legs and like, prolong life as long as he could. And I'm like, I'm not going to watch my buddy waste away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I physically can carry this dude out to like go to the bathroom, but like that's not a life for
Well,
him.
yeah, it's
So-
like once they take a leg and stuff like that.
well,
so it's
especially with such a big animal, because
Yeah.
I think they carry like 70% of their weight in their front
yeah,
2 legs. So I'm like, what happens when his bones are weak and he breaks the other leg?
right.
Well, anyway, so we're sitting there in the vet's office, and I'm just like, I'm a mess internally, but usually, like, people, I'm pretty good about, like, you don't know how I'm feeling. They figured it out.
Right.
They figured it out pretty quick. 'Cause this vet, she's the sweetest woman, and the tech was in there, and I got so, like, she might have made my serial killer list that day because she was so sweet, but it, like, leave me alone a little bit, because she's like, this is hard. I know it is. Take the room. And he was already down at this point where I'm just like petting a dead dog, which is bizarre, by the way, but
Right.
wouldn't change it. But she's like, just take the room. She's like, turns to walk. And she's like, these are, don't feel like you need. And she's like, turns to leave. And she does like 4 times. And finally, she like touches the doorknob and she turns back. And I make this noise. Like that,
Yeah.
because it just attacked me.
Yeah.
Just this thing attacked me. It
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah, it's like
And
involuntary
she
noise.
like looked at me. She looked at me and just turned around, opened the door, walked out, and I was like so pissed because it was like I'm crying like a fool. Like, you're telling me I can have the room, but like, why are you watching me? Anyway,
It's just, yeah.
oh, terrible.
Yeah,
I
it's just-
for real made that noise. It was the most embarrassing 45 minutes of my life. No,
Most embarrassing 26 hours.
No, there's a comedian. I'm stealing this story because hopefully it's true. Hopefully it's not actually, but it's bizarre. They take the dog. This is the short version. They take the dog in and get put down, and they give it the shot, and they're like watching this dog like kind of perk up and kind of play around and be playful and be fun and stuff like that. And they're like, well, it's happening. And they like load up the shot and they do it again because they're like, sometimes weird things happen, weird reactions. They do it again. They got the meds mixed up and they just injected this dog with like electrolytes, and so it was like feeling a little bit better.
Right.
But I think they almost put a dog down in another room because of it. They like mixed up the charts or whatever.
Oh, gosh, man.
Can
that
you
would
imagine?
be.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
My
'cause-
dog's a little under the weather, and then you just like watch it die. And you're like, what?
Well, it's crazy too because then you're probably sitting there being like, "Are we making the wrong decision by putting the dog down?"
Right.
Because you start seeing him acting normal. You know?
Can I ask a real? This is like not a poll necessarily for the room, but this is for like everybody listening. There have been a few times in my head where I have taken my cat to like drop them off, whether it's to be groomed or whatever at the vet, and in the back of my head I have this like thought, like, what about if they accidentally put my pet down? Like, what about if they think that I was like trying, like I went there and they like that has gone through my head like probably 3 or 4 times, and then they're gonna call me and be like, hey, so we accidentally put your pet down today. We thought that.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just a me thing.
That's when you go John Wick.
Yeah,
Just
that's when you go
scorched earth.
Yeah, that's when you just start shooting. Go in and just
I
freaking.
mean, like we have another black cat that sometimes like I would go and pick up at the vet like when we first started dating. I was like, I wonder if I got the right black cat.
Yeah, you don't know.
You can't tell.
Well, I can tell now, but like
I've had that same thing happen with twins.
yeah.
I had that happen during childbirth where I was like,
Is that
I'm
my
not
baby?
I'm not letting this kid out of my sight
Yeah.
because she's adorable, squishy face and purple. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
there's 1,000 of these. Now, luckily, she was like 9 pounds, so I was pretty sure it was
They're
mine.
like, they're like, which one's yours? They're like the real thick one right there. No, with like so Jesse's wife.
Yeah,
They're twins,
I know.
and when I
knew
first
before
met
you
them,
idiot.
that's true. When I first met them, I was like,
You know their maiden name?
they're identical. Yeah, it's hilarious. I was like, they're identical. I was like, this is crazy. Like at first I felt it was weird because I couldn't tell them apart, and then now it's like they look completely different to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird thing. I was also younger then, but still.
What number, guys?
We're back. 5.
Nate?
78.
Zach, you gonna go with your same one?
66.
It was 82.
That's why you asked me. You don't care about me.
No, I ask you every time. Pretty sure. Okay, so
Nate, Zach, Jimmy.
Yeah, Nate, Zach, Jimmy. No,
I think this is the order that we went in last time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Aimee's got game and Jimmy flies a plane. Zach's filled with...
Nicotine.
Fine.
Okay, ready?
Hold on, wait, I got a good one. Okay. Amy's got game. Jimmy flies a plane. Zach's filled with a... Zach's filled with an angry inner flame.
Oh.
An orangutan.
And Nate smells like methane.
Aimee, go ahead.
Nate, how long is an Olympic swimming pool in meters?
5 furlongs.
It's 50 meters.
Correct.
I knew that.
Lunch.
Okay. Zach,
Yeah.
which animal can be seen on the
space.
Porsche logo?
A horse.
Yes. Jimmy. What is
Bummed
the
about it, horse.
What is the most consumed drink in the world?
Coke.
Nope.
That's a good answer. Water.
Nope.
It's beer.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's tea.
It's beer.
Anyways, okay.
English.
No, it's definitely tea. That's a better call.
Nate,
Nate.
The English.
what were the 4 main characters' names in the TV show The Golden Girls? What are all 4 of their names? Not real life names, the show names.
I only know one of them. I think I only know one.
Well, do you want
Then I
to?
don't want to say it because then it's going to
We
give
have
somebody...
4 logs back there.
No, I know. I know one of them, but I'm not going to say it because then
So
it's
you
gonna
want to
give-
pass
I'm gonna
to make it
pass.
harder?
Yeah.
Okay. Zach.
Blanche, Rose, Dorothy.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final answer?
Which one am I forgetting, Jimmy?
Sophia.
Sophia. Yep.
So
Jimmy gets it.
Jimmy gets it.
Jimmy's got it. He knew him.
Yeah.
Freaking.
That's why I didn't mind saying them, because I knew he knew them.
Okay, Zach.
He knows all the gay stuff. Yeah.
What was the first toy to be advertised on television?
Oh wow. Whoa. That's an interesting question.
The stick. No, I'm like,
The stick.
I'm gonna go maybe Hot Wheels.
No?
Barbie.
No?
Oh, you know what?
I'm trying to think.
I bet it's a train set.
I'm gonna say.
What's the thing with the paddle and the ball? I bet it's one of those.
I'm gonna say it's. Is it Cabbage Patch?
No.
Dolls?
Mr. Potato Head.
Wow.
Good night.
Good night. Jimmy's turn.
Okay. What coffee house was the main hangout spot on Friends?
5, 4.
Maxwell House.
No.
Was it called?
You know it.
Is it called the? Well, I don't think I do. I don't think I know all of it. Is it the Bean?
No.
Central Perk?
Yep.
Oh.
Nate's turn.
Okay, Nate. What singer adopted the nickname Prince of Darkness?
Oh,
Is it
yes.
Is it Ozzy Osbourne?
Yep.
Gosh, dog it. It annoys me when you act like you don't know.
I'm not sure.
What famous U.S. festival hosted over 350,000 fans in 1969?
Woodstock.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Jimmy.
Jambalaya.
Which Irish band has a hit song named Zombie?
Oh, you know that song.
Jimmy, if you don't sing it. Quiet.
It's that one of those. It's on red balloons.
No.
I've got nothing in the. What's happening? There, I'm back.
I'm the only Irish band that I can think of right now is Dropkick Murphys.
Oh,
So that's my
No.
answer.
Cranberries.
Correct.
They're Irish?
cranberries.
I didn't make that noise.
Okay,
Hey, you guys.
this is a hard one.
Good.
Which is the only American football team to go a whole season undefeated, including the Super Bowl?
Is it? I don't know. Is it the Steelers?
No?
Dolphins?
Yes.
Wow.
1972.
Is that Marino? No, he didn't get it. He didn't get a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, and also he was around like late 80s.
Yeah,
and 90s.
I want to say that next year they like lost one game or something.
Wow.
I feel like I'm right about that.
Okay, Zach. Dump, floater, and wipe are terms used in which team sport?
Curling.
No. Jimmy.
Water polo.
No.
I feel like it was a really good guess. Just gonna say that.
Dump, floater, and
And
wipe.
wipe.
Dump, floater, wipe. Dump, floater, wipe. Is that helping?
No.
The way that you were doing that, I thought you knew something.
That's what I was trying to give him my confidence.
I have no idea.
You should say
Volleyball.
something.
Correct.
You're so stupid. I don't. It's now that I want to tell you I've never liked you.
Everyone should see Nate's face.
It's Jimmy's turn.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
Like a kid.
Okay.
What the?
What DMC sports car model is fitted with a flux capacitor to turn it into
Flux capacitors aren't real.
The DeLorean.
Yes, didn't even finish. But yes.
Man.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, dog.
It's me.
No dog.
Which city has the Space Needle?
Is it Seattle?
Yeah.
Good job, Nate. Good job.
Okay, Zach. Which U.S. city has the most diversity in terms of language?
New York City.
Yeah.
Ah, good guess. That was gonna be my guess. Good job.
Okay, Jimmy. Where is the lowest point in the USA?
Louisiana.
5.
No.
Is it Florida?
No.
Can I ask, is it a state?
I will take a state, but if you I have 3 different answers because it's like this, and this. Like,
Oh, gotcha.
But I'll
Okay.
take the state.
Is it the Mariana Trench? Does that count? I don't even know if that's in the U.S.
No, that's
think
in
it's
like
just
the
in the
middle of the
ocean, right? Yeah, it's
middle of
just
the
in the
ocean.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was.
No.
Oh, it's in the ocean.
That's all right.
All right, let's strike that from the record.
You gotta cut that out.
Well, I was thinking the
I'll
lowest.
fix it in post.
I was thinking the lowest point, but I wasn't thinking in the U.S.
So specifically, it's Death Valley, which is in California, and the specific point in Death Valley is the Badwater Basin, and it's 282 feet below sea level.
Crazy.
We should
Thanks,
go there
Darren.
sometime. That sounds fun. Death Valley.
I'll go with
Yeah, it
you.
only gets up
You
to
wanna
like
do it?
130 degrees.
I'll go
Oh,
with
yeah.
you. You want to get in? You want to take an RV? We can go and
Yeah.
stay there. All right,
Yeah.
sweet.
That sounds
You guys
great.
should get a jet stream.
Whose turn is
Nate's.
it? Okay, Nate. What is the loudest insect in the world? This is the final 3 questions too, by the way.
Grasshopper.
No. Zach?
No.
Oh, I think I know it. Frick.
Cicada.
Yeah.
Dang it. Dang it. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, after I answered, I knew it.
My turn.
A group of ravens is known
A
as
murder.
No.
Yes, it is. Oh, is that crows? Can I guess again?
No.
It's Amy's rules. You can flex those muscles.
A group of ravens.
Uh-huh. Is known as
Ravenclaws.
No.
Hufflepuff.
A flock.
Is it a... It's something... What is it?
Do you want me to just tell you?
Is it like a congress or something?
No.
It's something crazy.
It's an unkindness.
What's a murder? I think
Weird.
that must be crow. What'd you say? Crows or ravens?
Ravens
It
is an
must be
unkindness.
crows
Kindness?
is a murder. Did you know that?
I think that sounds correct. Okay,
it's Jimmy's
final
turn.
one. The name of which African animal means river horse?
Zebra.
No.
We repeat the question?
The name of which African animal means river horse?
Oh, I think I know.
Is it a water buffalo?
No, Zach.
That's what I was gonna
Zach,
use.
tell him the answer. I thought you knew.
Say again?
The name of which African animal means river horse? I thought you knew this.
I think I know what it is.
River. Why would I do that?
Because you looked like you knew it, and when you hear it, you're going to be like,
Is it
Final answer?
a hippo?
Yeah.
Nice.
I heard a little.
I bet that did. Final score was Zach had 7, Nate had 5, and Jimmy got 2.
Hey, we would have tied with him. Can you believe it? It's a tie game.
Jimmy only got 2? I feel like Jimmy got
Yeah.
more than 2.
No, it's
No.
because...
Get something off my chest.
Oh,
Please.
no.
And I feel bad about it.
Oh, no.
Is it your shirt?
You have no idea. Cat Williams was not in Billy Madison. I was lying to you that whole time because I was playing it up. I thought somebody would call me out on it.
I haven't seen Billy Madison since
Are
it
Are you
came out.
kidding me?
I thought you were just doing a bit with
No.
him.
Are you serious?
What?
It's not Cat Williams?
No. You idiot.
Dude,
In Billy Madison?
you made me feel bad about it.
In
I also
an
don't
Adam
think you
Sandler
should
film?
call him an idiot over that. That was kinda
Yeah,
mean.
I agree. Hey,
It was Norm Macdonald, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley.
I agree. Calling me an idiot was uncalled for. And you're a real moron?
Hey, I hear what you're saying, and as a friend, I respect it. Totally disagree.
No, listen.
He's an idiot.
Why, you made me feel bad. I believed you. I believed you that whole time because I really didn't know.
Well, sometimes when you're the funny guy in the room, you get in deep on a bit, and you never know when to pull the cord. And next thing you know, you're too
You got
close
a
to the
baby.
ground. Next thing you know, you got a baby. I don't know.
I mean, I thought that he was doing a bit. That's why
You knew too?
I did. Yeah.
So then why didn't you say anything to
I
me?
thought it was a bit, and you guys were just going off. Like I
It
didn't,
was a bit. And
Also, though, we didn't carry that bit on for like more
Yeah,
than 20
Jimmy, you
seconds.
coulda jumped
so
in and
for
been-
it being a bit, it
Zach,
wasn't.
do we all agree
Shut
this
up!
is
It
Amy's-
wasn't
this is
really
Jimmy's
a bit because you.
Do we all agree this is on Jimmy?
I just want to say though, like you have a lot of long-term plays with Nate. We talked about this
Hey,
last podcast.
Hey, are
He's
you-
right,
Is
he's
he
right.
Is he cooking today?
Jimmy,
I feel like my
can
man.
I say something?
Can I just?
Can I say something? Jimmy's been bringing heat today.
I think here's how I view it. Okay, Jimmy rolls out of bed at 4:59 a.m. like he does every morning, and immediately he throws on his smoking jacket with his silk ascot.
Starts making coffee and
Starts
breakfast for
making-
Amy.
And and he's got his chocolate yoo-hoo with the silly straw. And
Instead of in the wine rack,
Decanter.
it's all yoo-hoos.
he's got a decanter
Yeah.
for his yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the 89. I'm waiting to crack that bad boy for a good time. And then he looks in the mirror and he's like, you sexy son of a... And he's like, today's a good one.
Dude, he
came in here.
You have been bringing it.
And he came in here. He stepped up in the batter's box and he said, he looked you in the eye on the pitcher's mound. He said, bring me your best cheese.
Yeah, and
Bring
then
me your best cheese. I'm taking you yard, son.
and then
let's do this.
And then he came in and he was like, guns, money, and hoes. Wait, what did you say?
Guns, money, and bitches.
And then you know what he did? He looked himself in the mirror and he said, today, no less than 2 points on trivia. And he did it. He called a shot and he got it.
See, he's backing
we
up now.
tied for you, though,
No, he's
so-
backing it up now and trying to take a shot at you is what he's doing there.
2 points is good for Jimbo.
No, that's not true. He's
I
usually
won
does
the
better
last-
than me.
I won the last one.
Well, all right. I mean, I can't keep track of everything. I just keep track of the one that matters.
It's okay.
You didn't win the last one.
Yeah,
I thought I did.
We tied on the last one.
No, you and Zach tied, but I won.
No,
Is that right?
No, we tied for first once.
Do we still
That
have
was
to
2
We
play-
times
tied for
ago.
first one.
Where's
Two
the plate?
times ago.
You wouldn't know which plate. They're all
Amy,
covered with stuff.
this is your.
Hey, maybe you know who we should ask? The person in the room who's best at trivia.
Me.
That's not true because you're
Jimmy
going to
won-
assume you won every time.
Jimmy won the last one, and the time before you and I tied for first.
Oh,
But you and I won because we're on a team.
I've never agreed to that though. You've got me on this secret team every time. Amy, have I
Secret-
ever agreed to that?
no.
Secret
See?
teammates.
It's an alliance.
It's Nate
It's not
and
a
Jim.
team.
I just it makes me feel like
Can I change my answer to the serial killer
Word.
question? I want to change it to the person who corrects the word all the time in the conversation. It's not a teammate, it's an alliance. Those
Yeah, but Aimee just did that too a second ago
are
to Jimmy's.
synonyms.
So you would kill me?
Aimee just did that.
It would hurt me.
He wouldn't enjoy it.
You'd be one of the last ones to go.
He wouldn't enjoy it, but it's about principle.
Because I think
You'd be fucking wounded.
I think, yeah, that's in my heart. I agree.
No, I mean I would hurt
No,
you
you
back.
wouldn't.
You come into that. Well, this is what would happen.
Because
come
with
into
you,
the house.
I'm not coming at you guns blazing to your face. I'm waiting until you're vulnerable.
Well, you also.
But also, I'm using your medical expertise the whole time I'm doing it, so you're one of the last ones to go. Mm-hmm. But by then, you could change your ways. Because I'd talk with you about it. I'd try to.
You'd have that tough conversation.
I'd be like, Aimee, you've seen the list. You know you're on it. You see that you're at the bottom because I love you. Can we work on this?
She's not. She doesn't like this made-up scenario at all.
She never likes my scenarios. I always make her like a really important person in the movie, and she's like, I don't like it. and I'm like, Aimee, I would use your expertise, and she's like, yeah, whatever she said. I don't know what she said. She said something to me.
Well, to be fair, one movie she didn't want to be in.
Yeah,
unless she could knock boots with Eric Winters.
I recall.
And then the other movie, you said that. Look, in Aimee's defense, in the second movie, I don't blame her. You know
why? It's a movie. It's fake. It's not reality. The reason I can put her in that position is because that isn't her in real life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I mean, yeah. Like what? All right, look, guys. I'm the idea man, and I'll take it on the chin because you don't make it if you don't shoot. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And I'm shooting, keeping the ball in the air.
You're absolutely right. I feel like, though, that Aimee doesn't. You know why I feel like Aimee doesn't get involved with any of them? Because it hurts too much. Because she deep down really wants to be in a movie, and she knows that what we're talking about will never happen.
Not with that attitude, it won't.
Is that right, Aimee?
You don't think I have email threads with like big movie execs going right now? I'm dealing with some.
Am I wrong again?
I don't really like being in front of the camera, if we're being honest.
Yeah, but you could get better. You know what I mean? You have a YouTube video with the most views out of any of us.
I know, I do.
And you're in it.
I do.
You were on camera for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Some mistakes were almost made. Sorry.
So really, you're the most famous person here.
Well, what can I say?
You're the reason for all of our views.
What can I say?
What can I say?
Yeah.
How many views does that video have, by the way? Isn't it like 40K or 50K
I think it's
or something?
like 22,000.
That's cute.
I thought it was at like 30,000 or something.
I'm gonna play a character for the rest of this podcast. Oh, all right.
Go ahead. I want to hear the character
I was
first.
just gonna be really jealous of everything and like really passive aggressive. I'm just gonna be. Can we name him real quick? Wendell. Can I be Wendell?
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Let me get in character.
Hold on. Let me
I
say
have
it.
36,000 views.
Well, I mean, like, how many bots though? Like, I mean, this sounds like a Russian troll job to me.
36,000?
I have
is that on
7 comments.
7?
Comments to views ratio is pretty bad.
Yeah.
How many
Well, it was
how
an
many are
instructional
Jimmy?
video, so I mean, all questions.
He's playing
were
a
answered.
character, Jimmy.
You instructed them how to suck at getting comments?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
How many are Jimmy? 5.
That video was made before we started dating.
You can't comment now?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's a rule.
Jimmy doesn't even.
People
I
are
don't-
really
Jimmy
upset that
doesn't-
I didn't take off her clothes and
I remember you saying that.
hook up with her at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, is that in the comments?
Yeah, I can't believe I watched this entire video and I didn't see her tits at the end. It's something like that.
That is quality.
These is freaking degenerates.
It's-
There's this random dude late at night who's like, oh, a training video. And then he's like,
Well, it says head to toe assessment is the title, I think.
head to toe. He's like, head to toe assessment. And he's like, nurses?
And you know he reads an assessment.
Yeah. And he's like, oh. And that is hilarious that somebody completely
Yeah.
mistook what it is. So you're in kind of a suggested video on the internet.
It's a little racy.
I mean, maybe.
It's a little racy. I mean, there's some comments that.
But it's also posted on YouTube, so it's not going to be.
Oh,
Can't be too bad.
There's no nudity on YouTube. You're sure?
Well,
you're right.
So let me head to toe assessment, instructional training. When did this come out, Aimee?
9 years ago. The guy said.
Back when you were.
He goes, "This is bullshit. I've watched all 27 minutes and they didn't even make out. Damn misleading title."
Make out.
Did you
2 stars?
That is hilarious that somebody commented that on a freaking random instructional video.
I love that it's 7 comments and that's one of them. Like if there were 1,500 comments, that would still be gold.
Yeah.
That would be gold comedically. I mean,
let me ask you this: is the girl that's also in it with you hot?
It's my friend Tara, and
That's a hot name.
she's a cute girl.
So-
She's wearing a tank top and little itty bitty shorts.
hold on.
Whoa!
What's the guy's name that said it?
Give me.
Perv Boy 420.
Hold on.
What's his?
Because I was going to say I'm kind of not
on his board.
I'm kind of not. Yeah, because I mean, did she have to be wearing that?
Hold on. Here's the front video of it. It's like her sitting on the edge of a bed, and I'm standing next to her. So that's why.
I mean,
So you made a tease video. I see.
Apparently.
oh
Are
my
you
gosh,
the
I've
first
never seen
person-
it.
Are you the first person to successfully use clickbait in the world? Like you were the first clickbait.
9 years ago.
Yeah, 9. That's what I'm saying. 9 years ago, she invented clickbait.
At Sweat Guy Steve 2056.
Yeah, that's about
Was
right.
it sweat or sweet?
It says Sweat.
Sweat Guy Steve.
Sweat Guy Steve 2056.
Really wears his heart on his sleeve. You know, he's telling you.
And you know, 6 people liked his comment.
Hilarious, dude. That is so funny. The internet is a wild
Plot
place.
twist, all 36,000 views were him.
What's so stupid about this is I had to do this for a school project. You had to record yourself and do a thorough, like, head-to-toe assessment that you would do on your patient. This was like the final, and you could not stop, and you had to hit every single.
Don't stop.
Like, there was certain. I don't want to say topics, but I had to hit all of these different things.
You hit all the spots.
Right, throughout the assessment. And but we had to do it in under 30 minutes. And so our teacher set up
That's not
this
enough time.
private, we were supposed to be able to upload it to this private YouTube channel or
Man or
something like
woman?
that. Woman.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, like within the 24 hours, like it is due, she was like, I can't get it. You guys are just going to have to upload it to like YouTube, like for public, everyone to see. And then she goes, just remember to take it down. And like, who remembers to take it down? And I've
Why
always
would
just
you?
left it up because it
That
doesn't really
is
matter.
Hilarious. That is so funny. What kind of music's playing in the background?
None. It's my voice the whole time.
Like that?
Aimee.
I don't know that I sound like that.
Aimee.
Now lay down on the bed.
Aimee,
Now
hold
I'm
on.
gonna
Oh,
auscultate. No.
I want to hear it. Keep going. Do you remember any of it?
Hey, you're married?
No,
Don't do this.
I don't.
No, I was saying for the viewers,
I don't.
not me.
I don't.
You're married.
I don't remember any
I
of
want
it.
to hear what it sounded like.
I mean, I could find a chunk and play
Because
it.
so far,
Sweat Guy Steve has made a pretty good case.
he's made a pretty good case. You in the background just being like, oh wow, I like your top.
Yeah.
And then be like, just like making small talk like a regular professional. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then you're like, all right, well, let's get you to raise your arms up. And then she's just like sitting on the bed there.
Yeah. Go on.
Sweat Guy Steve has. I'm just saying. At first, I was not on his side.
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
This is starting to make you sweat.
And then now I'm realizing the Sweat Guy Steve may have a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Did you use the word breast and vagina?
they're all medical terms. I can't remember it. I can't remember.
Well, look, I'm ultimately
Jimmy, let
on
me
your
ask you this:
side
how many
here.
times have you seen it?
Jimmy's never seen it.
I've never watched it.
Oh, you don't support your woman. That's cool.
That's crazy. That's
It's
interesting.
weird to hear.
Yeah.
It's weird to hear that.
That's
I
really
assumed
I
it-
interesting.
hope no one sits through it. It's probably horrible.
It's-
All right, well,
Not
guys,
that I
we need
don't
you to go watch Head to Toe Assessment
No.
on YouTube featuring.
I think if
your
you're in
very own-
nursing school, it's helpful.
I'll go to nursing school.
Tag the podcast.
That's
Tag
what I'm
us
gonna.
in
You know
the
what?
video.
I'm gonna go there and tag the podcast in that video.
Please don't.
Yes, that's gonna be amazing.
I would rather you find like me performing at like my high school state competition in cheerleading and
Yeah.
put that out there.
That's not
than-
weird. Of course.
Yeah, but that's like.
I'd rather you find me like being a complete badass on the internet than find me doing something embarrassing. Yeah, of course.
Oh well.
Man,
How'd you do in the class?
I passed. I mean, I got an A.
She's a nurse, so
Yeah.
spoilers.
No, I know, but I'm saying like when she's like, I got a C for that.
Nate's like, did it work?
I think the professor came back, if I remember, and she was like, "You missed one thing," which it didn't. It
No
was.
nudity.
It wasn't. It wasn't enough.
You forgot to make out with
It's
her.
the professor. He's a dude. You forgot that.
You
Professor
didn't. You didn't
Steve.
do a breast exam.
Was that what it was?
No,
Oh,
you're laughing.
Why are you
Wait.
so gullible today? Is that what it was?
I don't know. I don't know why. I believed you. That was.
The professor was Cat Williams.
Don't laugh at that stuff when he says that. You guys don't laugh at that. You're just encouraging his behavior.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'm a laugh whore.
All right.
Guess what? I didn't get offended at being called a whore. Just shout out to everybody in the room.
Yeah, because nobody's ever called you that.
Yeah, I wish I'm sad about that. You know, like I want like a saucy nickname. You know what I mean? But it's usually like big guy, smelly fella.
Your name was Rage Vaughn in the movie.
I had to give myself that name. You know what kind of shame I carry that the best nicknames I've ever had were self-appointed? That's like man rule.
Oh well,
number 2.
well let's just take some time and come up with a couple names for you then.
Oh, with this brain trust, let's do it.
Nate, you wanna
Take offense to that.
See what I'm saying? You see what he does?
you wanna take a crack at him?
Hold on, let me get. Some
Wait, is this a
nicotine.
name for the movie or just for him in life?
Just for Zach, a spicy name.
And it needs to be spicy.
Don't have to be spicy. I mean, it's got to be some. My nicknames have always been like the coolest nickname I've ever had. They called me Big Cat for a while, and it's like it's a cool name, but it's like not.
Ben still calls you that.
Yeah. Thank you for adding to the story. It's a cool name. I'm not like upset that that's the nickname, but it's like crap. This cord. There's like I don't know. Is there more out there? That's all I'm saying.
It's going to be tough, because
He's not very spicy.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I just should give up. Probably.
Do you wanna,
I just don't know. I don't.
It's all right, buddy. Don't worry about it. Don't kill any brain cells over your
I'm
oldest
just-
friend in the world.
I'm just not.
Your dearest bud. You know, your plus
You have
one
some,
after
Jimmy?
12 years.
no?
Amy?
Something with Goldilocks is coming to mind, but I just
Oh,
don't have.
wow.
I don't really have a first name or like how I would present that to you
That's
without
not
you
spicy.
just being aggressive.
Also, the brain trust comment I stand behind after that first round draft pick of, I don't know. Do you know what? I don't know. Not Aimee. Those two. Aimee at least came to play ball.
Yeah, but it's like, if we're going just by, like, the same level of the ones that we referenced, we could just be like, Skank.
I'm cool with that.
It's not a good nickname, though.
I mean, but it's... Look, dude.
How can we tie that to Goldilocks though?
Skanky Goldilocks.
Pencil
I don't
dick. Why is everyone laughing?
Amy, you really just, you both. I don't. I'm gonna say this, and I want.
So he's got the nickname to beat. Does anybody? Can
I just I don't mean any disrespect by this at all, but I think we need you guys to have an animal pass away before we do the podcast more often.
Why?
Both of you have come in here just spitting
Just on
fire today. Like,
you guys need some.
you
trauma
both
in your
have
life.
made me laugh out loud today, really hard.
Jimmy, could you get some sort of like non-health like scare sort of addiction that you can beat real quick, and we can have a little dark past with you.
Oh, you guys! When you guys are a little
Brain
emotionally
inhibitions.
taxed, and you come in and you're like, none of it matters. It's hilarious. It's,
timing was so
You guys
good
got to
on that.
die inside a little more, and then
Yeah.
come in to do the podcast, and then
See, and I don't think I think this is just an average one for us.
Okay.
I don't know.
yeah, I hated it actually.
I think it's the tactic of talking about like the sadness and then kind of bringing it up. So it's just some science there, some psychology.
I'm glad you didn't cry. I really thought that
Yeah.
you might.
Me too.
Well, this podcast sucked, so
I didn't say sucked. I said average.
It was below. I hated it. I don't. What I said a second ago, I didn't mean it. I just,
Below average.
Can I?
Oh.
Oh, for my nickname?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually.
I don't hate that.
It's kind of like because you're a
Hey,
bigger.
can I tell you something?
Sure.
My soul dies when you explain things.
Okay.
And
I don't have to explain it.
I don't. I'm not. It's not for you. Like that's on me. That's the thing I need to work on. But when you explain things, I just wish for it to be over.
Okay.
I got another
And by it,
derogatory
I mean-
one. We could call you a peckerhead.
No, because
No.
there's gang gang stuff with that.
There
Peckerwood, sorry. That's a prison gang.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
There's a
I
guy
think there's going to have to be words
there's a guy-
bleeped out of this too.
What?
There's a guy who tried to join the...
This.
Hey, do you guys mind?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's a guy who tried to join the gym, and he hit us up a couple times on socials.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
And his like profile picture was all like Peckerwood, this and that, and I
Yeah.
like never hit him back up. I'm like, you're gonna have to try harder than that.
I'm gonna have to try harder than that. All right, guys, look.
I
Thanks for
feel like
being-
we need to come up with a positive name for him now. 'cause
We
we've
will.
kind of been
Why?
We will.
we've been tearing you down a little bit.
Don't be, dude. That pisses me off.
Snow White?
I'm pretty red, though.
But you're pale and you like the cold.
I am pale. So that's too spot on. You got to be mean with it.
But I'm not a mean person like you.
That's the whole point of the exercise.
Oh, okay. I'll come back
It's
with
tough.
First of all,
It's
you
tough.
called
It's-
me pencil dick. What do you mean? I'm not a mean person like you. Calls me pencil dick and then calls me the mean one.
You're right. That's true. That's
Okay.
true.
Well, I'll
I
take
feel
it.
like she was reaching, though. You know what I mean? Like, because it's also just that's why they're gonna leave. It's gonna leave them feeling uncomfortable because they're like, it's not. You know, they're not used to saying.
It's not who we are.
right.
You know, there were like pillars of the community who like coached me in sports and stuff. The behind closed doors said the meanest things to me. Like, you guys, I don't think you guys could.
Yeah,
I
I mean, it
don't
makes
think
sense.
you could get me. I don't think you could get me there.
Yeah, it makes sense. You
So
know?
like, say what you guys say.
you know.
Well, I'd like to not do
Okay.
that.
Well, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, like, for future reference, if you feel like you're gonna like offend me, I don't know.
Ooh, we'll call you Zach.
You have the energy of a foreign exchange student, and I don't even know what that means. But like, we're explaining things to you. I don't even know if you understand everything we're saying.
No, not at all. I'm glad you're here with us, though, to experience this.
And on that note, we should probably end it.
Yeah, I tried to end it twice in the last like 5 minutes.
I'm gonna go home and end it.
Let's not do that. All right, guys. Like, follow, subscribe,
Hit the thing again. Sorry.
and thanks for listening.
And write in the comments what you would.
Yeah, we had
Be a
some
ser-
good. We have
be-
had some
be a
good
serial
listener. We've had
killer
some good listener
or-
questions, but they always tell us through DMs or in person.
Yeah.
Comment.
Comment.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Messages.
Messages.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Mother's Day.
See ya.